We're live. Well, hey, it's Rick here, and we got through day 2 without any hiccups. Of course, the convertible is pretty reliable, I think, but you never know, you know. And we're here. Let's see. We're in South Carolina. I don't want to say the name of the town wrong. It starts with an S. Salt Chop, something. I don't know. Anyway. There are some other folks here that are on Power Tour this year. So we got this Barracuda here. And I'm going to try to watch the comments a little better tonight. I still haven't figured out how to make them stop so that I can read them all. But I know when we've done these lives before at these events, there's usually either my son or Kent or somebody's got their cell phone watching on YouTube, and then they read the comments. So anyway, it looks like this Barracuda is from Ohio. So I did not see it today at the show, but when you're talking, I mean, 6,000 or 7,000 vehicles, it's hard to see them all. So, and I talked to this guy today, and he goes around to all of the shows and everything. He's a long haul ganger member and all that. So I spoke with him earlier, and so he's got him a Challenger RT, and looks like we got 2 people in there watching, if I can see correctly. My phone is so smudged up, I should have wiped the screen down before we started, because it was quite a day, quite a sweaty day actually. I don't think this is a Power Tour vehicle, although I kind of like the way the camouflage paint is on that. And then of course the Chrysler is here. And earlier there was more vehicles here, but we're going to Rockingham tomorrow, and I think it's about 26 miles from here. Rockingham, North Carolina, so we must be fairly close to the state line. Obviously, if it's 26 miles, that's not too far. So, hey, Drunken Mutt's in there. Tadlock's Tool Shed is in there. Did EC something make? I didn't read it all. Sorry. So we're on the back side of the parking lot here. I don't see any vehicles here either. It's a pretty nice hotel, whatever you call it. Seems like it's fairly clean on the inside. At least my room is. And it's a nice area. I had a nice dinner down at Coach's, which is a little local bar. Now this hotel, unlike the hotel I was at on Sunday night, actually has the pool working. So if you want to go swimming, you can do that. Let's see. Oh, we got some. Let me see if I can read these. The sun is in my. Oh, they faded away. The sun is in my eyes. I couldn't read what you were putting up there, guys. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah. So it was a pretty good day video-wise. I got to see Thunderhead 289, and I took some video of his vehicle with the big tall intake with his 4-barrel carburetor mounted on it, and I thought that was pretty cool. I uploaded that, and it got like 2,000 views in like 20 minutes. It's crazy, but I think it's a really cool. I love that old Maverick anyway, and then for him to go to the extremes and put all that intake manifold made out of those tubes and all that stuff, not the intake but the carburetor spacer plate, whatever. So ran into Colleen today and Damien down there from Mopar's Mustangs and Minivans, or is it the other way around? It's something like that. I've got a video of his car coming up on the channel. Maybe it's already been up, I can't remember. I've got so much video that I'm having trouble keeping track of everything. So anyway, but we'll get it worked out. So it's a beautiful day today. I drove all the way from let's get out of the sun. I drove all the way from the state fairgrounds there in South Carolina, which is around Columbus. Is that right? It's where Colleen and her son are from. They're in that area. And like the camo truck. Yeah, I do too. That's nice. Eric the second did not make the trip with me. No, he is working. Him and I are going to go out to where am I? We're going to go see where Andy Griffith is from. So that is I think that's in South Carolina, right? Anyway, we're going to go out there later on in July, and he is going to go to the NoNameNationals, but he had to work, and so was unable to go on this trip. So anyway, yep. Yes, Mount Airy, North Carolina, right. I said South Carolina. Yeah, Mount Airy, that's right. So, I've never been over here on the East Coast much. Kelly and I went to Tybee Island, and we went to whatever that area is down there in Georgia that's close to that. We went to that several years ago, and I've been to Florida. Been to New York one time. Was in the World Trade Center years ago, before, of course, it's not there anymore. But yeah, other than that, not been much on the East Coast at all. So. Hey, there's Colleen. I just talked about you, and Damien, we saw you, and I saw some, while I was eating dinner, I was looking at some of your videos you've already posted. So I've got some video. I've got a video of the car that you had there today. So we're going to get that up. Actually, that is already up, but I also made a video of the car to put on day 2's video, which will come out maybe in a couple of weeks. I mean, there is so much video footage to go through. I don't know when I'm going to get all that done. So, but yes, it was nice to meet you today, and you had your AHRA t-shirt on just like I did, which was kind of funny. So yeah. Yeah, the camo truck is right here. So somebody said they liked the camo truck. I saw that briefly. And that is right here. I don't think this is part of Power Tour, but I kind of like it. It looks like they, I don't know how that's done exactly, but I actually kind of like it. So Plan B is working quite well. So we're here at the hotel, and it's parked out here kind of where I can see it from my room up here, which is right up there. So anyway, you should have brought Tallulah. Yeah. I talked to her today on the phone, actually. I was talking to Kelly, and they started barking, and so she put me on speakerphone, and I talked to them a little bit. But yeah, it looks like somebody else is in there. Who is that? Oh, Drunken Mutt, yeah. Saying hello to Colleen. Yes, so Colleen, are you guys going to Rockingham tomorrow? I forgot to ask you that when I was talking to you earlier. So, be interesting to see if how many people I see tomorrow. I saw actually several posts on YouTube and Facebook of people that were there that I either watch their channels or I know them, and I was like, well, I didn't see those people. No, we live in Columbus. Yeah, I thought you did, so you just had a day pass. So, well, it was good to see you anyway, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you down at Sikeston. Let's see, what was your favorite vehicle today? Well, I don't know. There were several, but I got to tell you, there was probably a 75 Chrysler New Yorker, and I did a video on that. I think it's going to come out maybe in the morning. I can't remember when I've got it scheduled to come out. But it's a big two-door New Yorker, giant boat, and I really liked that one. Truck-wise, well, gosh, no, I got to say too, there was like a 48 Oldsmobile, 49 Oldsmobile. I took some footage of that. That was a cool car too. There were some Ramblers there today, and you know, let's see, David Heichelbeck, yeah. About how far did you go? Well, today, I don't know mileage total, but today we drove from the fairgrounds there in Columbus, South Carolina, up to whatever this place is that I'm staying at, about 26 miles from Rockingham Speedway. I'm still in South Carolina, but it's like Chickasaw, something like that. I may not be saying that right, and you know, my grandmother will kill me if I'm saying the words wrong, because you know, I am Cherokee. But anyway, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it seems like a nice little area. I had supper over at Coach's, which is a little I don't know, bar, restaurant-y kind of place. It was very nice. Ramblers, oh yeah, listen, there was I know one of them was a 64 Rambler. I'm not sure of the other one. And there was a old Ford rollback that was probably, I don't know, I want to say probably a 50, probably a 49 or a 50. And it was a stub-nosed, one of those stub-nosed old Fords, and it was a rollback, and it had a 64 Rambler wagon on it, and they were towing it around. So yeah, that's definitely, I took some video of that. That'll definitely be in one of my videos, and I'm anxious to see everybody's videos. One person I didn't see again today that I know is here, I met him Sunday, is Jay from Irish Outlaw Garage. I didn't see him again today. I saw on one of his videos that he posted this morning that he had been having some carburetor trouble. So I'm assuming that he got that, or maybe he had to work on that. I'm just not sure. So it looks like we got one thumbs up. So be sure and hit that thumbs up. That helps out, guys and gals. And looks like we still got 4 people watching. I can't imagine anybody watching my silliness, but you know. Oh, he showed up about 4 o'clock. Well, doggone it. I left about 3:30. 2:30. Yeah, about 3. Yeah, I think it was about 3 or 3:30. But I had been there, well, about the same time you guys got there, because you were ahead of me in line because you parked in front of me. So yeah, my old feet were give out. I had to get out of there for a while. So drove up here. Now I'm feeling pretty good, but yeah, just can't walk like that anymore for hours and hours like I used to. So I don't know, this getting old thing, it has advantages, but not that many. So I'm glad he got there. So it sounds like you talked with him or saw him, and I don't know where they're staying tonight. There was a lot of people that drove up here. I like staying close to the track the next night. I know that that's not the way you do it. I still drove the route and saw some people, and I ran into several vehicles on the way on the route today. We were driving around. Boy, that sun is bright. We were driving, and I just came upon some people that pulled out in front of me from a gas station at the stoplight. It was about 6 cars, and I followed them all the way to here, this town. So again, like I said, it's about 26 miles from Rockingham Speedway, which is tomorrow's event. So yeah, I got a lot of video footage I've got to take care of today, and you know, Power Tour is a little different than the NoNameNationals as far as there's so many people, and you know, you don't really know people. You try to learn people or meet them, and but there's so much going on, and you know, the NoNameNationals was kind of that way as well. Here's some of the vehicles that were at the restaurant tonight when I was eating. So looks like they're staying here tonight as well. So yeah, it's hopefully a little more activity here tonight than there was at the hotel I stayed at last night. Now, I will say this, when I woke up this morning and went outside, there were a couple of other cars for the Power Tour. So there were some vehicles here or there last night, but I did my live kind of early. Oh yeah, that first truck, yeah, that's a Dodge. I'll go down here and take a little closer video. Maybe I can get the guy to talk to us about it. I don't know if he will or not, but there was an international today, and I think I filmed it. Kent, you would love that one. It was it was, I don't know, probably a 65 international, something like that. And it just looked like they had drug it out of a field. It didn't, you know, the paint was gone. It was just all rust, and it was just wonderful. So see, that one's got a California plate, a Georgia plate, Georgia plate. Definitely doesn't sound stock. So yeah, that's a Chevrolet there, obviously, or a GMC one, I can't tell, since it has all the markings off of it. Oh, no, it's got a Chevrolet, it's got a bow tie on it. Right down there. And then that Dodge. Hello guys.
How you doing?
Pretty good. I'm doing a live event, if that's all right, so. Okay. I think I saw you guys over at the restaurant a while ago. Or I saw the trucks anyway. I took some video of them. So, and there was a car there too. Was that part of your? Oh, it wasn't you. It was just parked there. So. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I love that Chevy pickup too. Yes, that's a nice one. Got about 10 people watching. So.
Okay.
So what year is the Dodge? Somebody's asking what year the Dodge is. A 70? A 1970. Okay. I knew it was different than Eric's. Eric has a 71, so, or a 72, and it looks different than that. So anyway.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so anyway, nice vehicles. Unlike the limelateda with the rust everywhere. Of course, we didn't get to drive that, but I was telling Colleen and her son today that if I have to get a bunch of people together with me to push that down the track, I mean, I've already made 2 call outs. So one of them to Russell. I haven't actually called Russell out yet. But one of them is to Chucky's garage. Yeah. So I have definitely got to get that car to go down the track. So I really just like those old Plymouth. What year was the blue Barracuda? I don't, it says Ohio 66 on the front, so I'm assuming it's probably, generally when they use those old plates, they use the year that it was made. When I was out here getting ready for the live, there was a gentleman out here that's part of the people in the Barracuda, but they're not out here right now, so I really don't know too much about it. But since it has 1966 Ohio plates, I'm assuming that it is from Ohio and that it's a 66. But you gotta love those. I mean, look at that back window. I mean, how impressive is that? I had a model of a Barracuda like this when I was in, a kid, and I think it had a Hemi in it, and it was like a glass hood. It was called Hemi under glass or something, but was the model. But I just really like that style, and that back window is really cool. So anyway, yeah, well, I guess that's about what's going on here tonight on the live. It's hot enough to get in the swimming pool, but I don't think I got time to do that. You could grow vegetables under that back window. Yes, you could. That would be just like a hothouse there, that's for sure. And so the maintenance begins each night as you get here and get settled in.
That's what we work for.
So anyway, so how is the weather in southern Indiana? Or central Indiana. I think one of you is from central Indiana, one's from southern. And Colleen, I know what the weather was like where you're at because I was just there, so. Actually, Kelly said it was kind of cool today. She didn't partaketh in the swimming pool because it was a little cool, she said. So after riding 2 hours in the convertible with the top down, I'm telling you, I was ready to go sit in a cool place and drink a couple of brewskis, and that's what I did. So, and luckily it was just kind of right next door. So, if I have to, I can slip over there and drink a few more after a while. So, slightly rainy today. Okay, well, it looked like you had rain up around.
Slightly rainy.
Yeah, up around Indianapolis, Indiana. So, yeah, I saw in the radar that it looks like you guys were having some rain up there. So, 80 degrees and pretty nice. Yeah, I think Kelly said it was 80, but that wind, it started blowing. The wind started blowing in November of this year in southern Indiana, and it hasn't given up. If I didn't know better, I'd say we was living in Oklahoma. I used to always tease Mike all the time about all the trees leaned to the east because the wind blew all the time, and I'm thinking that, southern Indiana's getting that way too. Looks like we got 3 thumbs up. I appreciate that, folks. Be sure and like it and share and do all that good stuff. That helps out. We're getting plenty of subscriptions. They're just keep rolling on in, and if we can get enough watch hours, we might actually make something off this. I don't know. I make a little bit off of Facebook, about enough to buy a half a tank of gas so far this year, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Yeah, No Name Nationals. Well, I am looking forward to going down to the No Name Nationals again this year. We definitely are going. I may have to put a hitch on the back of that service truck and tow that LTD down there if I don't get it running, but I feel pretty confident we'll get it running. I got the parts in right before I left, and I got that old lifter out, which was a booger bear, but got that out, and the cam lobe all looks good. So I'm definitely thinking that we can get it put back together. And I want to go ahead, while I've got it tore down that far, I'm going to pull the front inspection plate off. I'm going to change the timing chain. I've already got that sitting there at the house too, so that's got to get done. And then comes the part, we have brakes and we have upper A-arm bushings, and we have to see if that old FMX transmission even works, and on and on and on. How did you get the lifter out? Well, what I did was I used that homemade tool that you made for me, and I put that thing and hooked it to an easy out after I drove it into the old lifter, and then I used carburetor cleaner, and soaked around the lifter itself, because one of the guys, Doug over at Denny's Auto, who does any kind of work on my vehicles that I don't want to do or can't do, he told me to do that, but then to immediately soak it down with oil after you get it pulled out of there, because the carburetor cleaner will cause everything to rust up. So I did that, and I sprayed that on there, and it dissolved all that carbon, around that lifter, and it just came right out of there. So, I mean, we just broke that lifter all to pieces trying to get it out of there with a puller, and now I know how to do that in the past, or if it ever happens again. Hopefully it doesn't. And I know that at this point that I've got it tore down that far, I should probably go ahead and put a cam and a new set of lifters in it. But I'm just wanting it to get down the track at Sikeston. If it lasts that long and makes the trip down there and back, and 2 passes on the track, since I got 2 call outs, that's enough. Yeah, that is nuts. I would have never thought that. Dave Heichelbeck says it's 80 degrees where he's at, so that's good. Well, I appreciate you guys watching tonight, and we'll get you an update tomorrow night, and be looking for all these videos coming up. I'm just gonna do day 1, day 2, day 3, and so forth this year. Last year I just tried to lump it all into one big video, and I've got so much footage that the thing would be an hour and a half long, and I don't want to do one that long. So just be watching for them. They're going to come up and they're going to come out. So anyway, with that said, I think that I'm probably going to get out of here and get upstairs and do a little work on the computer and get in where it's cool. I mean, gosh, I must have sweat. Oh, I drank so much water today, and Powerades, it was crazy. So anyway, I appreciate you guys coming. Yeah, have a safe night. Thanks. And road tomorrow, yeah, that'll be good. Tomorrow is just a short drive to the track, 26 miles. And then I don't know where Kelly's got me after that. I have to look and see. But it's up somewhere around, it's still in North Carolina because there's 2 tracks in North Carolina. So yeah, deer time. Yeah, I already had a couple of those. I better dancing around with rentals. Well, that's I haven't seen you in there before, so appreciate it. I used to dance around with some rentals. Actually, if it hadn't have been for our rental property, I wouldn't be able to be semi-retired, that's for sure. We don't have any of it anymore, but we sold it a while back, and yeah, so rental property is a positive thing if you can deal with the drama. And if you're a landlord, you know what I'm talking about there. So anyway, we've been on here for 30-some minutes. That's long enough, guys. Thanks for coming. Be sure and like and share. And with that, we're gonna head on into the hotel room. Bye.